Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we've got an unboxing of a CarPlay screen and we're going to see if we can fit it in the camper van. Now, before we get started proper today, I just wanted to give you all a quick update in regards to the CCTV on a budget video part 2. That will be out shortly, within hopefully the next few days. It's been a bit tricky because I've had to do some changes and things like that. I also needed to get some bits and bobs that I didn't have, and every time I've had a chance to do it, the weather's not been on my side. But we're getting there, so it would be with you shortly, so thanks for holding on to that. Anyway, let's get into this unboxing. Right, so like me, you'll know there's lots of videos out there on YouTube already discussing these CarPlay screens and the various different types you can get. A bit about this one. This is an Afqua. I'll try and zoom in on the model number so you can see it. Hopefully that works. I think, to be honest, they're all mostly the same. However, a couple of friends of mine have actually got this brand and they've had it for a year and it's been pretty good. So I decided to go with that because it's a bit of a known entity. So let's get this box open. Now I've just opened it without taking anything out. So let's see. So got the screen itself. It's actually a pretty nice looking screen, quite thin. On the back, this is the dash cam one, and that looks to be probably where the stand goes. So this is wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, like I said, with the dash cam fit functionality on there as well. I think you can probably put a rear camera in there, but we'll figure that out in a second. Got a nice screen protector there, so that's the screen side of things. You've got packaging around the outside. Take that off. I've actually got quite a nice manual, which I wasn't necessarily expecting, in English. Looks to be relatively comprehensive. That's useful, wasn't expecting that, that's a bonus. Just take these things out individually and see what we've got. So there's a couple of different mounting options, I think, in this one. So this is clearly the window sucker. Yeah, I was right. You can see from these parts, this is the bit that clips to the back of the screen. I think that is like a sticky pad if you want to mount that permanently instead of the windscreen sticker. Next we've got the standard charge cable. It's like to be a 12 volt auxiliary socket, and I think that's a USB style thing. I don't know if you have to use this socket. I mean, there's a possibility I could just run it off a USB-C cable and I don't have to have the bulk of this, but I suppose it's got a pass-through USB on top, which is pretty useful. It also looks like a 3.5 jack for aux in. And another set of cables. Oh, this one actually comes with a reverse camera by the looks of things. I think this is a reversing camera. Yes, it certainly is. Oh, I didn't expect to get that in the box. I'm not going to use it. I've got the CCTV going in anyway. And to be honest, when I've had reverse cameras before, I've never really used them. I just use the sensors. That's plenty fine for the van, being that the van's flat at the back. And we've got the other style mount here. And that looks to be a sticky base for that mount. So when we go and have a look in the van in a minute, I've got an idea of where I want to put it. I'm hoping it's going to work out pretty nice. So we'll go and have a look at that in a second. So unboxing all this, I'm pretty pleased actually. I've got this one on eBay because I looked out for this particular model for about £36 UK. And I had no idea it came with this reverse camera as well. I'm not sure what the quality of the reverse camera is. However, you can't really argue for that sort of money. So basically, some of you may or may not know already, I've done a head unit upgrade in the van already. I've got a Pioneer unit that's got an integrated phone holder. You pull it out and clip it in, and that works great in terms of the Bluetooth music and bits and bobs. So the only downside with it is it's just not big enough. Well, my phone's not big enough. It won't hold enough big enough phone to display the sat-nav maps how I'd like to be able to do it. Hence going for one of these. This is quite a large screen. It's 9.3, and like I said, the thickness, it's not super thick. And like I said, I haven't got a dash cam, so we'll see what that's like too. And a couple of different mounting options. So I don't really think you can argue for that money. But anyway, if it's laggy and rubbish, then I suppose it's a waste of money. But let's go and find that out. We'll go and see if we can put it in the van, get it working, and see what it does. So just offered up into the van. I think I want to try and go for this sort of look, centralised. I've attached the windscreen mount just loosely, and I think, I'll get behind here, I can show you. I can rest on the edge of there and attach the mount into that tray to keep it stable. Because although that's designed to stick to glass, there's actually, they supply you with a little plate to stick down so you can stick it to it. And I'm thinking with the weight of the unit basically resting on top of the dash, that should do it. I think it would make for quite a nice install. We'll try it out and see what it looks like. So I've stuck the screen mount down there. As you can see, the little plate is now stuck on. It's reasonably sturdy. The only thing I think it will do is rock side to side, which is why I've just chucked in these temporary little bits of foam, because I'm feeling that's going to jiggle about a little bit. But we could do something more permanent with that if that's what it's going to look like. I think in terms of position of the dash, it looks pretty good. Pretty central to the stereo. Let's plug it in and fire it up and see what it does. Right, connected the power up. Let's put the accessory power on the car and see what it's like booting up. Well, that doesn't look too bad at all. Pretty fast. Well, to be fair, it seems relatively responsive. Seems to be recording already. Lots of settings for the cameras there. Let's go home, play black Wi-Fi video, audio output. Let's have a look at that. BT audio. So that's the setting I want because I've already got Bluetooth to my car stereo, so that should do for Android Auto. Home, and I'll just try and do the setup. Turn on the Bluetooth. Right, I just had to connect my Bluetooth to the unit, wait a couple of seconds, Android Auto launched, and away we go. You can see you've got the Spotify on the left hand side and maps in the middle there. That looks pretty good. Let's just see what the sound quality is like. I'll try and find something that's not copyrighted and give it a go. Just quickly doing that, you can hear it playing, sounds okay. Split screen nav's up. I'm just going to turn that off. There's only one negative so far, is I've taken the screen protector off and it's left all this glue on the screen. So I'm going to have to go through and slowly try and get that off, which is a bit annoying. Having said that, in terms of responsiveness, it seems very nice, really. Not bad at all. Right, so I managed to get all that crap off the screen. It took about 10 minutes, but we got there in the end. Now, I wanted to go back to, not sure how we get home, I think, and see if we can set the camera. You can see the camera's already recording. Now, whether it just records the whole time it's on. I noticed there's actually a flash card in the machine already for the rear camera, which I always thought was pretty good. But I think if we go to playback, you can see it's already been recording itself. The resolution doesn't look awful. We'll try that out over the next few days and I'll report back and see how useful that is. I know you can set the settings up for the camera for, I think it's split time. I'm not sure what that means. Camera format, we're in 1080. Resolution, 1080 is fine. The reverse line, if you've got there, the reverse camera in. I don't actually know if it will just display the camera view to view here. It only seems to have these settings up here, and as you see, it's just started recording already. So I'm not really sure about that. I'll have to play with that a little bit and see what happens. I know they've got this Wi-Fi video thing, which I think you can just do like an Android Miracast affair to it, I believe. You can see the date is out, so I need to set that correctly and mess around with it. But yeah, I need to read into a bit more about what the split time is. Perhaps that's the difference between when the recording starts and stops or something. I'm not really sure. Microphone is on, and then we said we went in system, storage info. So it looks like it's got a 60 gig card in there already. I mean, can't really complain for the money. I'm not sure if there's a firmware update thing you can do. You can set the date in there. As you can see, it's pretty responsive, I have to say. Oh, there's the camera button. So it's the blue one at the bottom. Maybe I was being silly. So we can see somebody walking down the road there. And that's fired up. I'm pretty happy with it, I must say. Especially for £35, £36, I think it was, all told. Open Android Auto again. It's not bad at all. Pretty impressive, I think. Just open up maps. And there we go. That's that. You can see what I've done with the rubbish. This is just a bit of the foam packaging I've used. I decided to put a whole piece under there. What I might do is make some little brackets out of rubber, some U rubber in there, so it can slot in there and stop it jostling about. But what I'll do is I'll go for a drive, report back what the camera situation is, how good that looks, and see how much wibble and wobble I get and whether it stays on that bracket or not. But yeah, overall, pretty impressed. So to round up, what can I say? I'm pretty impressed. I don't know what you guys think, how it comes across on the video. Like I said, I haven't done a permanent install. That's really a kind of getting an idea of where I want it to be. I think about there is going to be right, and especially if you support the bottom like I've done temporarily with that bit of foam. That should take any rattle out of the equation as we drive along. But yeah, it seems responsive. Like I said, I have no idea it's going to get a reverse camera with it. Not that I'm going to use it, but wow, and a trans card as well, a flash card. You can't really beat it for that sort of money. Pretty impressed. Yeah, like I said, so yeah, look up that brand. It looks like it's pretty good. And like I said, I've got friends who've had one for over a year, and they seem to be carrying on working all right. So maybe there's no no worries on that. And a good manual too, which you don't often get with these things, so it's really good. Anyway, thanks for watching, and do remember, like I said, that part 2 of the CCTV video is coming out soon. It will be with you. I am just finishing up bits and pieces, and it will be out there as soon as possible. But if you can like and subscribe, and that would be fantastic, and I'll see you next time.